there. I'm Charlie. I'm clearly in a very good mood. I didn't anticipate being so excited, but like, look at my haircut. Isn't it cute? Look at my hair. Ah. Okay, when you are a person with thin curly hair, getting it cut is awful generally, or it has been or was for a very long time. And then I learned about curly cuts, and then I got a curly cut, and then I moved to Boston and I got other curly cuts that they didn't quite work, but it's fine. But where I live now, well, she's in Wallingford, in Connecticut, just north of New Haven. Hair and Spirit with Lisa. You don't just get a haircut, you get an actual, like, shamanic experience. She won't call herself a shaman, I guarantee you that, because she's a very grounded, very humble, mystic reader, intuitive. I'm sure there are a billion words that you could use to describe her. And I'm just sort of talking about her on my channel because I told her to watch my YouTube channel, because I really, really, really want, for anyone who has the kind of capacities that I've turned on for myself, remembered during my lived events or whatever. I just want people to express the things that they've put down about themselves, in general. And I basically, okay, unfortunately, if you are also a person, okay, it's fortunately, but like also kind of unfortunately, if you are also a fellow bright and shiny, someone who is tapped into just bigger ways of seeing things, then when we are together, I am definitely reading your Akashic records. Like it comes out. And it's sort of just because the more we are all opening up when we come together, we kind of just come together, and then we're just like, yeah. And Lisa's the kind of person who, her entire space, you walk in and you're just like, oh, friend mode. Oh, thank you. And then it's just friend mode. Lisa, I've never had, I mean, I've had wonderful haircuts and I've had great haircuts with people, but I've not been able to ever get to level of, wait, I can just literally be all of myself here. And that has, as you can imagine, probably some pretty like substantial impacts, right? Like if you go to a person who is as open like that, be mindful of you and your time and their time and everything. Be respectful of the fact that you are walking into a place where someone is providing you with, when I tap into it from past lives, right? From more ancient lifetimes, I can have conversations about my experience having my haircut that resonates and matches with a lifetime from 1477. Oh, it's very specific. We just like to give you dates. Okay. From a very specific time in this location, actually. I came back to Connecticut to collect a little bit of ancient lifetime stuff for the purposes of my own healing and trauma, like fix it up stuff, because there is a little bit of merit to movement as far as where you go, when you go, why are you here, what feels like it's resonant, what doesn't, all of that, right? I didn't, when I came to Connecticut, didn't really anticipate that it would be temporary, but it is. And I'm really sad. Lisa's the first like reason I've been sad to leave, other than the animals that are in my backyard, because they're so fun. There's so many animals here. Oh my gosh. You got deer, you got foxes. I've got squirrels with the black fur that I did not know were also in the Niagara Falls area, which is just, they're so cute. They look like little cats. And then you're like, oh no, that's a squirrel. Oh my God. This is the frantic level of energy that I had when I went into there. And it's because this whole morning, I've got a video coming out tomorrow. It's from the fairy realm. I mean, it's not like I channel in the fairies and I talk about this. No. But when I get into what I call human jukebox mode, where I just let body and mind and spirit, I just let myself vibe into this physicality, because I'm really, when you're doing trauma work, you need to get your physicality. You need to get your somatic work going. And if you can do light language with your hands and with your body, then just giving yourself the freedom to move into whatever internal song starts playing. I can't even hear anything, but I can feel it, right? I can feel a song coming through me. And so in that, just a whole conversation where I walked in full me friend mode, which is a lot. Like, I'm a lot. That's fine. Plenty of people love it. Plenty of people don't. You self-select out. That's great. But I'm able to show up as myself, and Lisa's the only place in Connecticut I've been able to do that. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. She's the only place, and I didn't even really recognize it until now. Like, truly, this state has it in for me. If you're curious about my journey, watch any of my other videos, read my Substack nonsense. I'm not talking about it anymore. But for real, this state and I do not get on. We are not friends. I love the trees. I love the animals. I will be leaving as soon as I can afford to. Right? Like, I crash landed here and didn't realize it was a crash landing. And now I'm kind of marooned, and I'm like, well, that's okay. I can keep at least connecting with the people that really do hold space for people. Anyway, this is my review of Hair and Spirit. Please get your hair cut at Hair and Spirit. And whatever services it is that you purchase and you sign up for, remember to be respectful, because you're walking into a space. You're walking into a space with someone who is so incredibly in touch and in tune that I'm going to challenge you. Lisa, I'm challenging you. I'm sorry. I'm doing this. I won't like overdo this, okay? And feel free to be like, girl, stop. That's fine. I understand. But I basically told her that what I heard coming out of her vocally when she expressed lyrics that she had written years ago, right? Because my God, there is so much power. Ladies, our voices are so powerful. Why do you think people want to silence them all the time? And just ancient practices speaking, singing and the lyrics that come out and everything that is somatically happening when you channel something out, you are connecting with your soul lineage of, and I'm holding hands with like either side of my soul lineage here, like past lives, future lives, ancestors that you're connected into, especially in that DNA way, right? Because you have the internal phone lines to, hello, great grandma. Oh yes, let me just tell you about what's going on in my life. Oh hi, great grandma. Yeah, let's talk about, like, you can do these kinds of conversations when you are an intuitive and when you're using these skills and you're allowing yourself to freely express. And I'm very pushy and was basically just turning out like, oh my God, this is what I hear and this is what I feel and this is what's coming through. And I'm not saying that she's gonna go and do any of the things because there's like, she's a professional and she's a professional in this, and there's other things that she's clearly like expanding her business and expanding her range. And it's just so cool and so impressive to see another person using their capacities and using their abilities with the rest of their human life too, right? Not so focused on what do I do with these gifts? They've come online. My whole life is this, right? We all get into that. I'm sorry, if you're going through an awakening, you have at least one period of time where all you can do is spiritual stuff. Like, that's the only thing you can do. It's the only thing you care about. It's the only thing that matters. The only thing that makes sense. The only thing that seems like it's your future, right? And it's like we forget that there's like the human side of it, and there's the other things that we are putting into it, and there's the just the level of what it is we provide to one another when we're continuing to embrace what it is we're doing on a regular basis and as a continuation of the things we've already been doing. I continue to put things onto YouTube because years ago I started a YouTube channel and I wanted to be a content creator, a character of sorts, right? And I can do little bits, like I got a bit, like one, do I or do I not look like an IKEA bag? Now, those of you who have not been to IKEA and seen the bags, I mean, come on. Would anyone like to know what's inside of my IKEA bag? What would you like to know? Most of my videos are interactive, so tell me, what do you think's inside of my IKEA bag? No, close. It's a smaller bag. It's a smaller IKEA bag. Because I buy these things, not like in bulk. I only buy like 5 at a time if I'm gonna buy them because they're not that expensive. But these are the best things I have ever found to give gifts in. And if I leave Connecticut without getting another haircut from Lisa, guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a bag full of gifts, because that's just me. That's like Southern me. And when I appreciate and like, you know, have love for people, and especially if I'm saying goodbye, you're gonna get a little tote bag of like, hey, bye, I'm leaving Connecticut because the state hates me and I don't want to be here anymore. Also, how many of these do you think I have in here? I would just like to know, who wants to guess? Put up a show of hands. How many? Oh, there's more than one in there. There's more than two. Yeah, there's four. 4 of them. Because I bought 5 and I already gave away 1. Anyway, this isn't really like a character or anything. I'm just junk drawer of a video person, right? That's what I do. And I'm stalling because I put like a challenge, which I put to any of you, actually. That's what this video is for. This is a challenge video because I don't know. Has that ever been a thing we do on YouTube? I think people do it on TikTok. I think people did it on Vine. I don't remember, and I refuse to go into other social media platforms because, and I said this in the today, YouTube and millennials, we just go together, right? Don't we? If there is a generation that owns YouTube, it's us. It's ours. We took it. It's ours. And if you don't believe me, look at all the people who make the best content. They're millennials, okay? They're all millennials, at least according to me. I'm sure that's not really the case, and I don't really care about what people say about like top performers. I don't let top performers into my bedroom at night, okay? But I definitely let a lot of YouTubers into it, and to me, that means a hell of a lot more than whatever bot accounts are following people. Man, I'm on a roll today. What is going on? What is happening? I'm happy. That's what's happening. And guess what? While I'm happy and while I have you here, I'm just going to go ahead and show you a tarot card because it just jumped out. Hey, look, it's the 8 of Cups. Does anyone know what that means? Because I really don't. I've taken classes and it doesn't resonate. So my brain's like, nah, we're not doing it. You're seeing real life ADHD levels of me as I bridge my way. Right? How cool are these cards? Right? You can hear it. You can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. That's what makes Christmas right. Yeah, exactly. You can hear it. That's why I love these cards, because you don't have to read tarot to get something from what something from what you're reading and from what you're showing. To those of you that actually know what this is, awesome. I hope you're playing along. I hope you're interacting with this video the way that I'm intending for it to be interacted, because that's what this channel is. I'm making experimental videos. I'm making weird science whatevers, because all of this stuff is new to me. This stuff meaning I can move, I can intuit, I can pull things out, I can hit play on a pre-recorded channeled message. And so I'm kind of doing that, but in like, it's like channel changing mode a little bit. Rather than post editing a bunch of stuff, the agreement that I have made with myself and with my guidance team and system basically is, instead of post editing, I'm just going to be a channel that is in the moment changing what it is that's coming out of me, so that you, the viewer, can interact with me in a way that feels most interesting to you. Maybe you talk at me, maybe you yell at me, maybe you pause it and leave, maybe you leave a mean comment. I'm not looking at them, so do whatever you want, I guess. Just know though, what you put into the world, it comes back to you. It's not gonna do anything to me, other than hurt my feelings if I do see it. So like, don't, right? Look at those 9 of Pentacles. Okay, actually, we're gonna take just a quick break, and you're gonna come with me and you're gonna see, those of you who see my other videos, welcome to Your Place is Way More Clean Than Mine. Congratulations. Like pew 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 sounds, right? This is the part of the video where you judge me and you get to look at my shame room. Yeah, the one where we moved in and we just put a bunch of stuff there with the complete intent of doing something about it. But then I died. Just real quick, I just want to show you one of the remnants of the death is that. That's on my ceiling still. I've turned it into a map for my video game. Actually, I like outlined it because that is when my shower flooded when I, during the flu, got so sick that I put myself in the shower just to calm down my fever and, you know, whole all of that, right? Sorry, just getting my dog in. Okay, so During this whole conversation, what came out of me was admiration for the musical talent that this absolute multifaceted gem of a person had. And all she did was speak it. All she did was speak it while while I was getting my hair shampooed, because I asked, right? I was like, oh, you did what? You did music? I want to hear, please. And I felt the words themselves moving through my system, because I'm a very body-based channel, and in that space, in that relaxed and really sacred environment, no one touches my hair but me. My husband, like, sure, but nobody washes and bathes my hair but me. That really is a sacred thing. And I can't say that for a very long time I ever treated it like that. And it's really cool to be able to, right? And so when you're in that kind of a space, and you're in that space because someone's holding that space for you, like, nothing about it was overblown. I know I'm talking up like big name this and big name that. Like, no, it's just a very grounded, I come in, I feel welcomed as I am. This level of me. What's that? What was that? Why did I... Okay. Another card time? Sure. Oh, we're still there. Okay, sure. You need it? Need it? Anybody need it for anything else? You good? You taking notes? Okay. There's gonna be a quiz later. You're reading your own tarot from what I'm pulling is basically what I'm trying to do here. Because there's something that I personally miss about just the level of interactivity that screens did used to provide. Someone like me, right? And I'm actively trying to both talk to you and just have this space and share this space and provide a transmission for you while calming my own central nervous system down, because the fairy realm is responsible for this video. I got high and put on here because that was a way for me to safely engage with the fairy realm, kind of, more or less, not all the time. And that was sort of, I did that, and then I did sort of this to encode what body level of resonance do I need to be in when a camera is recording in order for me to speak my highest truth and provide content that has been pre-created by both myself in my past that I don't remember, because I've done a lot of things, I don't remember a lot of it, and my guides, some of whom are from the fairy, one in particular, Scout, from the fairy realm. And during just being in that space, you know, just a couple of awakened people just chatting like friends, I basically was like, please put yourself online. And that's such a rude thing to say to somebody. It's totally safe. Yeah, totally safe. Couldn't possibly be a problem. You know, like what? Like I'm a person who is like starting a business. I don't have some big business that I could absolutely destroy by the content that I'm being called to put online, some of which is deeply concerning depending on who you are. And yeah, is absolutely doing its job in making me as what would probably be the best word? Unemployable? Is unemployable what we're going for? Yeah, okay, unemployable as one can get, right? So it's a big thing to be like, yeah, just put yourself online. So instead, right? I know, Mabel, I know. So instead, I'm simply just going to show anyone who watches this what I mean when I say, but based on a conversation that you were not part of. Just based on a conversation I had during this, I don't know, is it a review? I really think that everyone should hire Lisa to do your hair. Like, seriously, state of Connecticut, y'all have no problem like traveling to people. Go to Wallingford. Hair and Spirit. Amazing. Oh, fucking amazing. And like, how cute. I'm sorry, but how cute. How cute do I look? Tell me I look cute. I look cute, damn it. And what came through was this recommendation for talk to a camera. Talk to the person that you need to talk to, that you can't currently talk to in the same place and time, because you're so entangled that anything that comes out of you triggers something over here, and that can cause all kinds of stuff, right? asynchronous, I call them junk drawer videos, but asynchronous conversations. I've started doing it with my mother-in-law, and I'm doing it so that she is ready for me when we do eventually move back down to Richmond. And when you're a channel and you have a conversation with the camera, knowing that the person that you're talking to specifically, like obviously maybe if you wanted to send it to someone else or if you want it to be live, sure. I really don't recommend doing that. I'm doing this in the name of what I call rainbow love science because it's a thing and I'm trying to make it a brand. Like I'm trying to build a, not just viral thing, but like I'm trying to build an internet known thing so that when my video game actually happens and I go to conventions, I'll have fans who are like, hey, Charlie. And I'll be like, oh, right? Like, friendship didn't really work for me. I'm going for the whole parasocial relationships thing. I'm a bit of a character. I think that this will work for me. I'm calling my shot, right? We celebrated Timothée Chalamet when he got on stage and did his award and said what he wanted, right? Yeah. It's not just men that can talk whatever they want, right? Right? We're not in that part of like where we are anymore. I mean, some of us are, I get that, but like y'all are literally not going to see this video. It won't exist in your reality. I'm fairly certain that algorithms do their job as far as that's concerned, right? This is not fear-based content. This is, I died last year and the world keeps getting worse and honestly, fuck it. Nickelodeon, like that's me. That's me. I am what happens when you just stop taking care of anybody, right? You have to take care of yourself. And so I went inward, I got my team, and my team wants me to provide money where my mouth is type of things where if I'm really going to be providing unpurchased life advice, like a friend does, because it just comes out sometimes, I need to be willing to show you what the fuck I mean by that. And that is, this conversation began with just me in full, whoo, that happens after you just have a really nice time with somebody. You know, a person who's just locked into their heart space and you get this beautiful sacred experience that when you slow down for it, becomes a sacred experience again. It actually becomes a sacred experience. And yes, I know, the people who are like, you do realize you're just describing a salon, right? I'm like, yes, but someone like me has never been to one of those. I'm very un-Connecticut, okay? I am the least Connecticut person in Connecticut. And it shows. The state, seriously, the state fucking hates me. I've met a slew of wonderful, beautiful, amazing people, and I have been tortured here. And I am stuck. I'm like under house arrest, but like not actually. I'm just under like, I can't leave because the state took all my money, basically. And autonomy and like capacity to feel safe in my home and in my environment and in my community. And simply because me showing up as myself in institutional settings has resulted in some really bad stuff. So, and also like, seriously, oil fucking heat. You all are celebrating the fact that you think you have the best pizza, but you won't help your homeowners get rid of the oil heat. Why? Y'all, you're supposed to be the like smarter part of the country. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Anyway, that's not what this video is. I'm sorry. It just comes out because I swear to God, I had hopes, I had dreams. This place went on all of them. Every last one of them. Boston did great. Virginia honestly did amazing while I was there. Just lots of young trauma, right? I wanted to get away from where all the trauma triggers were constantly happening. And now I'm going to go back there and I'm going to face my shit. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to probably have to come face to face with people I don't want to talk to. Yeah, it's probably not going to be fun, but whatever, right? Like, lots of things in our futures aren't fun. Lots of things that when you feel into them, you're like, there's going to be some rough rides there. And you're like, And I can show up like this. I can show up like this person. I don't have to show up as the person who's constantly just looking at everything that could possibly be wrong. They're all still here. Those thoughts are still here. What I'm willing to put out into my world in a channeled way It's simply my own version of the capacities that you all say you have, but they're a little bit put into the places where you will not be found, for when they come out in ways that you can't say no to, you get stuck into where you need this all to come out right. It's keeping everything inside you locked up deep and tight. What comes out of you when you don't expect it to come through might be something you need to tell yourself on camera. And then you watch it back. Okay. Okay, there's a lot. Oh, okay. Ooh, I gotta work out the somatics of it. Hold on. Yeah, I'm kind of a Muppet, right? I swear to God, I'm not high. I'm not high. I am, however, elevated and in a space of loving acceptance from a friend. And I don't even really know her that well. She's my hairstylist. I didn't know that was like I knew about it, but it's like Bigfoot, right? Like, I knew about it, I heard about it, but it seems like cryptozoology to actually have a hairstylist where you're like, oh no, I'm moving, I'm gonna cry now. So much so that I am absolutely, before I leave, going to go on a pilgrimage around the area and just see what items at Target are like, yeah, I want to come home with Lisa. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm literally gonna do that. Actually, hold on. In Wallingford, Hidden Gems on Main is closing. Aw, that's right. I forgot about that. I got an email about it. Hidden Gems on Main is closing. So before I go, I think I'm gonna go see what wants to go in Lisa's bag. Lisa, yay! You're gonna get a bag full of random stuff, and I really hope this is welcome. And again, if it's not, you are welcome to say no. Like, totally get it. I'm not a person who's going to share any more of your personal life, and I'm not a person 100% of the time, not a person who will ever share confidential client information from an Akashic record reading. What I did was unsanctioned, unintentional, and I was just vibing, you know? It's basically like you get two channelers in the room, and it's the same thing as getting two musicians in the room or two improv actors in the room or whatever. We just start vibing, right? But we're vibing on like, oh my gosh, here's my personal story. Oh yeah, me too. Oh, and here's what's going on with me. Oh, and have you talked about this? Oh, and there's sort of this, there's this back and forth that can happen. And again, those of you that are like, oh, this sounds amazing. I want her to heal me. I want her to this. Like, valid and understandable. And walk in there as a friend. You're going to get your hair cut. You're just also getting something else with it. Don't treat it like a personal therapy session, please. Find a specialist for that. And I mean that, actually. If you're going through an awakening and things are not going, like, they're not feeling okay, find a therapist who can do it. I've met, there's open therapists here, like, or any state. I'm sure you can find them, but find some therapists. And really, just start the therapy session, like, first day. Just be like, hi, I'm going through an awakening. It's a lot of big stuff. I don't really know what I feel comfortable talking about, but I don't feel safe talking about it to anyone else. Can you just be cool? Start the conversation with that, and that therapist will tell you right away if they can handle that or if not. And if you're as I am, well, maybe record yourself first, watch it back, or have asynchronous conversations like I do with the people that you want to talk to. That way, it is their full consent if they don't want to listen. It's kind of great, right? You know? Like, everybody wants everything to go to the past, and it's like, you know, it is possible for us to go pull things from our past, but, like, we can reconstitute them in ways that make them relevant for us. So, I hope this video was welcome. I hope it's been fun for you. I know that it's been fun for me because I've had fun doing it. And when I watch it back later, I'm gonna laugh at it and be like, you stupid idiot. Post. That's how I know I want to. That's how I know it's for me. How do you know this is for you? You wait until you do something with your body and your words that make you feel like yay, yay. You just have to hit the button and let yourself do the channel. And sometimes what comes out will be weird and stupid. That's fine. Just watch it later, then go ahead and do something else with it instead. or use what you did to create something else that you love. Okay. We good? Are we all good? Or can we stop using Charlie as a jukebox? Channeling is fun. Be mindful and wise when you do it, because especially if you start attuning to the fact that you're recording while you channel, classical conditioning will take over. Neuroplasticity and brain-body connections will mean that when you start hitting record, anything you start saying in a different channeled state could turn into something else, depending on what it is you allow through. I'm a big fan of hit record, start talking to the person you want to talk to, and see what comes out. Just see what comes out. Do not decide what to do with that video until after you have watched it, because maybe you need to learn how to edit, because maybe there was one really cool part and you are more interested in this arena of the internet or that arena of the internet, or just to this person. I'm already healing my relationship with my mother-in-law, and I didn't think that was possible. She is becoming my new best friend. Well, tiered, right? And it's just because I'm not letting her be anything but that. She's my best friend, and I'm talking to her as a best friend. We're just doing it in me levels of doses, where if anything comes out that she needs to say to me, she's saying to a screen. And by the time she is able to talk to me, she's had hours, days, other lived experiences, conversations with her son and with her husband and other people in her life, her family, everybody. She's gone through layers of other normalcy before coming back to me and my specific brand of being. And as we're all sort of changing and moving and things are really happening in this absolutely chaotic time that we are living in, finding ways to really just stabilize in yourself and provide your voice in the way that feels soft and comfortable and fun and stupid, but like, I'm willing to risk the mean comments. Stupid. Because for me, I turn off all the notifications and then I just use the adult capacity that I do have to not go check. Look at that. That's a thing that you get when you get older. I didn't have that capacity before I was in my 30s. I really didn't. I had to check that. I had to know. No, I don't care anymore. I mean, I do. I genuinely do. Comments hurt so bad. And one uplifted me so much, it like launched me into doing more videos, okay? Your words are powerful, especially for some people who live in words. So yeah, if you're scared, just do it. You don't have to do all of it, remember? Just a little bit. Like filming yourself, singing on camera, which may or may not be any good. Whatever, it came out. So, those of you that are curious if some of these feelings that you've been having to really get back out there or try this thing again or look up someone new, or if you're in Connecticut and you're looking for a curly cut with somebody who gives you really cute haircuts and won't necessarily talk to you about any of that stuff, she's the kind of person, you show up and she matches you. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Lisa, I'm sorry that I can't afford to pay you more. I swear. Oh my God. Best haircut ever. Best person ever. Everybody go. And then like take your own stuff, and I'm gonna give you one final card. Who wants it? Who wants the card? Who wants it? Who wants it? Here's your card. The amazing Rudy. Awesome. Okay. I hope this was educational. I hope this was fun. I hope you feel a little bit lighter, because I've got to run, and I'm kind of turning some of these videos into adult, basically Blue's Clues, because what is the card that Charlie's going to pull? Think of it first, and then... Oh, it's a reversal. Oh, no. 10 of Wands. But maybe, oh, no. Not everybody, like, follows the whole reversals thing. It's very dependent on personal preference. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a tarot reader, so whatever you got from this, it wasn't from me. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.